Tickets are on sale for KFC Radio Live right now. We got a show coming up in Nashville for the Nashville Comedy Festival in May.
That just came up.
I mean, right in the middle of my promo.
It was like right in the middle of it.
Tickets are available in Philly. Tickets are available for Philly in May 19th at the Fillmore.
And then June 18th in
Chicago.
Summertime shy.
Go get your tickets. They're available in the link in the description, or head over to any of the social media pages on KFC Radio. Buy your tickets today. Straight up. That might make me gay, but straight up, I'd rather have stuff done to my butt.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Mic checks real quick. Check. 1 2 1 2. Pabs is gay. We're good. Does yours work?
Check. What'd you say?
Don't let Pav's dad hear that.
All good? It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. Your boy Feidelberg. I don't know if you did it on purpose because you were so gross yesterday, but you are clean cut and looking clean today.
Really?
I
did my hair today.
You look like a clean boy today.
I did my hair today.
But like, your hair, you look like you showered.
Yeah.
You like put on
I
clothes.
exercised this morning. I told you yesterday as I was housing wings.
That was rock bottom.
I said I
gotta make sure.
I gotta get together. And I went home. Went home last night. Worked out again.
Yep.
This morning, slept late. I went to bed at midnight last night watching The Rock on TNT.
Your red eye. Got your shut eye.
And then I slept till about 9:30. Woke up, worked out, cooked lunch. Had some pork tacos.
Look at you, yeah.
Still not shit. Extra animal in the stomach. Put that on the board.
Put a pig in there. Can someone make a list of all the animals in the stomach right now? Oh my God!
But I did shower.
Just eat a human at this point. Just put some human flesh in there too. It's super concerning you haven't shit yet.
I know.
That is
I know.
That's like nuclear.
I've tried, Kevin.
Yeah.
I've fucking tried, bro.
It's because you got that fake tuna just like gumming up the works.
I got a fatberg.
Yeah, you got a
I saw
Fatberg
a couple tampons.
You got a Feidelberg inside a Feidelberg.
Use condoms. Oh God!
But you at least look better. I don't know if you feel better, but
I've literally just started typing down just what I know he's eaten, and just reading like pork, chicken, tuna, burger is just vile.
Lobster,
and lobster.
A bottom feeder, many cigarettes. God, but you look better, so that's a plus.
That's all that fucking matters. I feel better too. I was dancing walking to work today.
Yeah, I mean, look good, feel good, play. Well, look good,
I
play
do,
good.
I
We
do
cut
not
out the feel
like
good.
how I look below here. I am not a fan of the naked mole rat.
I mean,
body.
oh, because you shaved yourself.
Yeah.
How are those nips doing?
Nips Richie as hell. I was.
Flash those titties. Let me see them.
They're not like raw. I don't think.
Oh yeah.
I
I mean, you look great,
No, I look like a fat baby. I look like a fat baby.
John. Spoiler alert. You've always looked like a fat baby.
But I look like a particularly fat baby
now
because
that
I'm
you,
hairless.
yeah, that's true.
The fucking
That is a fat baby look. Yeah, you look like a big fat. You know what you look like is Baby Hercules. Remember that guy who was jacked?
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. He was like.
I'm sure.
As soon as I show you,
it,
he ruined his life doing steroids when he was like 8.
Okay.
And he was like an internet sensation, and then like his life completely fell apart. Oh wait, Baby Hercules is the yeah.
You're not talking about a cartoon.
That
Okay,
guy.
I recognize this kid.
Yeah, that guy with like the fucking
What-
mullet, basically.
What happened with him growing up?
It's a.
He's
it
alive
is
still.
Yeah.
What a twist.
It is, yeah, big time plot twist. So in that case, upset and like positive ending because he's not dead. When that's the bar, technically you're a success. Like super horrifically sad story where like his father was obviously a fucking maniac.
Yeah.
Used to jack him up with this shit. Like eventually,
like real steroids.
Mm-hmm. Or like human growth, whatever it was. It was like not for a kid. They like made money off him, but not like never work again money. So like I think they made enough that they could like emigrate from whatever country they were in, and then like the dad either died or just disappeared, and he was left to like take care of his mom and like 2 sisters, and he just had to get like a regular ass job to just make like an hourly wage to pay for.
But
them.
he's like genetically fine, more or
Yeah,
less.
well, more
Like,
or
it
less.
didn't fuck him up that much.
I
So that's an argument to give baby
to keep
steroids.
doing it. Yeah.
If he's like,
little Hercules, not baby Hercules. But I don't know. It was
like don't leave your kid alone to care for his mother, but give him steroids.
It's a small picture, but that's the progression of him. So he eventually kind of just looked like a normal guy.
Becomes regular. Yeah, just stop working out so much.
Right. So yeah, listen, if you are like truly back against the wall,
juice your kid up.
I am on the record, not like Primobolan and anabolic. I'm on the record that everybody should get HGH.
Yeah.
It's human, and we could all grow. We could all be stronger and better. All feel better. It's not. I don't see the problem.
I think I could get my kid. I'll have a kid. I'll get him jacked up. That's fair.
I should start giving Keegan HGH.
If you gave Keegan, I mean his liver, you probably have to give him milk thistle too. That's going to be important.
Okay, well this is going to be an Uncle Johnny thing.
Okay.
Like I don't know how to do this stuff. So I don't know what milk thistle is. So Uncle Johnny's going to come over and fucking shoot you up in your ass and give you like shake up these protein shakes for you, and Keegan's going to hit the
milk thistle's just for
iron.
healthy liver function.
Okay.
And I take that every day. But I started taking it when I did steroids a long time ago. I
take it now for the alcoholism, but I used to take it for the steroid use.
I took it when I was doing steroids because I didn't want to stop drinking when I was doing steroids.
It's a miracle you're alive.
They were like,
fuck little Hercules.
They're like, look, you should definitely not drink on these because your liver's gonna be working.
That's why
overtime.
a lot of those guys don't drink, right?
And I was like, what if I took a natural supplement that definitely does fucking nothing?
I mean, yeah, milk thistle.
Yeah, it's like a fucking plant they put in a blender.
That is
the
fakest shit of all time.
Oh, it does
nothing. Now
dude.
You can rip your body in shreds with
although
poison.
who saw a fucking liver specialist recently who was like, you got a crazy healthy liver.
Upset city. More than little Hercules.
Your liver might be too healthy. Like, yeah, take milk thistle.
Well, that's Vitalworks green light to be like, ooh, I got some extra liver.
Yeah.
So now I can drink that away.
But I'll show up at the house like Keegan will be in his sleep. He won't even know about that is happening, and so you won't even know. You'll have plausible deniability. I'll get Keegan fucking.
Keegan will wake up in the morning, come stomping down the stairs. Where's my breakfast? Roid raging. I can just see Keegan now in the morning.
Keegan's like a fucking.
Where's my iPad?
Keegan's
a little Triple H Keegan. I would love it.
He's got like the wolf look, like a wolfman look. But you're like, that's probably genetic. It's like what? It's like
me and Grandpa are pretty hairy. That's fine. It's normal.
It's like, I think probably I got my first beard at about 3, so that works out.
Pimples on the back and everything. Keegan, your balls haven't grown since you were 4. What's going on there?
I'm through osmosis trying to school him on arguments why Barry Bonds belongs in the Hall of Fame. Everyone was doing it. It doesn't even fucking matter. It's really Bud Selig's fault. If Bud Selig's in the Hall, then Barry should be in the Hall. That's all I'm saying.
Never actually failed the test. It was just a list from some guy named Mitchell. We don't even know. Man. But I mean, if you were to tell me, that Keegan would like, if I could make sure that Keegan is I'm not gonna say professional athlete. That's too crazy. Well, wet here. If you could tell me that Keegan would be a star, I don't know if I can say this on the record, but I'm gonna. Like, if you could tell me that Keegan would be like a star college athlete for like a couple years of fucking use, and it wouldn't like harm him in the long run.
Yeah, bro. This is the same kind of question where like the like if you would you give your kid steroids for a couple $1 million? Right? If you think about like if you think about the money you'll save like through camps that he'll probably go to for free depending on what position he plays.
Right.
Fucking private schools that he goes to.
Yep.
Fucking colleges that he goes to. Let's say by the time Keegan is in college costs what, $3 million a year?
Yeah, right.
So all that free. Bro, you were gonna put your baby in the microwave for $10,000.
It's a professional
you weren't even gonna give that baby milk thistle, dude. This baby's getting milk thistle.
That baby was gonna explode in a microwave. Keegan's gonna be jacked.
Yeah.
Like it's never ever for 1 second been about like sportsmanship or like it's about like the reason I'm not going to give Keegan steroids is because it's like bad for your body. It has nothing to do with like the fact. So that's what I'm saying. Like if it's actually not that bad and we're not going to like
I've
kill
taken
him.
2 separate steroids in my life. Okay,
He's a pro. Winstrol, and one was from Russia, right?
No, the Winstrol was from Russia.
Okay.
It's been a long time since I took it. There's probably been huge advancements in the field. But the Winstrol was from Russia.
Probably totally safe now.
We got that mailed to Barstool HQ so we could fucking
Get big for the summer, right?
But so we could also, if the police brought it, we could be like, we don't know who got that. Mailed it to the office.
Plausible deniability.
Yeah. It's like just knocking on a Milton dentist office. Like, who ordered the steroids? I don't know.
Could be any of these idiots. Would have been like
Dad.
Muskie.
He's been wasting away for 5 years. And the one I took before that was Anavar, which Anavar was a steroid that they give to people with fucking AIDS, so they don't waste away. So it was also, dude, it was what the fucking Georgia cheerleader. I don't know if you remember this chick. We did like, remember we blogged about it on Barstool U. Georgia cheerleader. She got popped for doing Anavar, and bro, she was so fucking huge.
Like,
I
you know what?
couldn't believe she failed the test.
I was gonna say, you know what the drug test was? They walked in the door and said that bitch is on steroids.
Wait, that chick's not a middle linebacker,
Bro,
What the fuck was
look at her compared to her friend. And like her friend's pretty big. Like that's a big arm for a girl, but she's just dominating her fellow cheerleader.
Dude, there's a picture of me, I think from filming Making a Gambler, where like
Your arms look a lot like that. Actually.
It's like
you have very similar arms.
They're
to her.
arms.
Yeah, it's like they were built by the same fucking. Yeah, we have similar arms. They were built by the fake enzymes that we put in our bodies, the fake proteins. If as long as you tell me, we're not gonna Ken Caminiti this shit. The steroids. Let's go.
We'll juice them up. We'll get them going.
Because like your life is unequivocally better in every way. You're better at sports, which means you're cooler, you're happier, you have more friends, you're winning. You feel like the coolest. The girls like you. The guys want to be you. You get to go. You get all the coolest shit. You get to go all these opportunities, and then you get to play ball your whole life.
As a fucking kid. You think about it just in high school, like the high school hallways. That shit starts like like second grade
for sure.
Like I remember playing fucking like hockey in second grade with like the little fucking Milex sticks that you could bend yourself. And
I love those.
People were like, John could like that's like whoa.
Yep.
And then like
Dude,
we play other sports. I was like, wait, my buddy's fucking good at basketball. That's fucking awesome.
That's cool. As far as early as field day. You're jumping with a balloon between your legs. And you're running with a fucking egg and all that shit. And whoever did that, we've said this is one of the I would go as far to say, I can't do this off the top of my head, but throughout the next, I'm going to come up with like the 4 pillars of Barstool Sports, okay? And I would say one of the
that
things.
We don't.
Huh?
That we don't.
Yeah, no, we don't do it. But one of the things that like I was kind of just like accepted as gospel that we all like said or wrote or believed in, it was talked about like ad nauseum, was when the fast kid in school is the coolest kid in school. We talked about that like forever. Like every blog Dave ever wrote, everything we ever saw about kids, it was always, if you're fast in school, you were the cool kid. You got pussy in school. If you could run the mile the fastest, if you could run the sprints the fastest, if you were the fastest kid in gym class. And that shit is like first fucking grade.
I disagree with this. I know who the fast kid in my school was. He was a weirdo. He was a loser.
Really?
Yep.
You must be the only school in existence then.
We were not a speed school. We were fight school. We were wrestling school.
If you went to a wrestling school,
I'm not gonna name drop him, but your initials are CS, and you were fucking weird, bro.
I will name drop all of them because it's awesome. Cole Gladys, what a fucking name that is, right? Cole Gladys, the fastest kid in the world. Tom Filippo. Well, it's just those 2 guys. Those are the ones that I remember. And they had fucking,
Kevin just listed the kids he wanted to fuck when he was 6.
No, they weren't good looking. They weren't good looking. But they were fast as shit. They were wearing like Umbros shorts, Diodora soccer
Always
soccer
the Portuguese,
shoes. Yeah, and they were just fucking flying. And I remember specifically being like, I mean, they were like lapping me on the fucking mile. Like gym day, the mile day in gym class was like the worst day of my life. I hate it. Even when I was young.
We never had that. I never did that.
It's very clear that you went to school in like a cave somewhere on a mountainside where like Yetis taught you and you just fought each other.
You talk about the farting in someone's face during like the sit-up competitions. We never did any of that stuff.
I mean, it must be like because it's a private school thing.
No. Well, first of all, yes, I did, but I went to public school until high school. So, what age were you doing this?
My entire life, every single year.
Never once.
You don't know what the presidential and the national.
I've definitely
are.
heard of them. I don't recall ever doing it.
Yeah, like every other school in America did this. They still did it. You did it, right? Or did they stop?
Did it. Yeah.
I feel like they might have stopped it because it's like a competitive thing. There's winners and losers and shit, so they don't want that. But like every school from my generation. You would run the mile. You would do what they called like the shuttle run. We called it. It was basically like you run like probably 10 or 15 feet back and forth. You had to pick up like racers. It was just like a sprint basically.
Okay.
So there was like a long run and a sprint run. Then they did you did sit-ups, you did pull-ups. You could also substitute push-ups for pull-ups because pull-ups are fucking so
Pull-ups
hard.
are impossible.
But also there would be so. Pull-ups, I think, are truly the hardest thing in the world to do. And when you're younger, it's like you're either like noodle arms, so you definitely can't do it. But if you're in shape and you're just like 50 pounds when you're a kid, so you can just bang out like 50 of them, So
Even
it's
like,
one or the other. Like it's still either really hard for you, or you can bang them out because you're getting muscle, but you still don't weigh a lot.
When you're littler, that's so easier for everything. Like even push-ups because you're like a T-Rex. You don't have to go very far.
Yeah. It's like,
but like Zdeno Chara used to win every single year the Bruins training camp pull-up competition. And you'd think to be a professional athlete to win the competition, you're doing like 100.
Right.
It was like I think high 30s, low
Right,
40s.
right.
And like
I mean, as like a civilian,
that's a fucking. No, I can do 4 maybe. It's
right.
A
I was gonna say,
shitload, obviously.
as a civilian,
But
if you
think
can
it'd
do
be
like
crazy high.
10,
Right.
you're like a superhuman freak.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, when I see these guys at the gym who like do the pull-ups like fucking. What are these called when you do them all the way out here? What?
Wide grip.
I thought they had a better name than that. But I mean, that's just like.
Dude, if I could pump steroids again real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. This
Again,
episode is brought to you by Steroids.
I could do like 4. Right now, I could probably do less than 4. But like when I was exercising, I could do 4.
On Winstrol, how
like
many?
2 days on steroids, I was ripping 15. No
It's
problem.
crazy.
Like I was just like,
I can do these now.
And I'd come down, I just touch myself. I'm like, I made a rock. That makes sense. Okay.
Okay, I'm the strongest man alive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm chiseled from stone. Okay. That's so cool. That's so cool, man.
And my buddy was trying to tell him.
And she was just like, "What the fuck's going on?"
He was training for the Marines, and he's like, "How'd this happen?" Like, can't tell you.
I feel like if it, I mean, I guess they're not doing that shit anymore. But if you were in gym class and you were taking steroids as a little kid, and you could run the mile and like, I mean, I remember in my day, the 6-minute mile was like, the fast kids could do it in 6 minutes, and to me that was like the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard of in my life. A 6-minute mile. What, are you out of your fucking mind? I was like, are you insane?
I used to do a 5:14.
That's disgusting.
Get out of town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Oh, I used to be fucking like 60 pounds less. It was crazy.
5:14.
5:14 that's a fake number.
That's like, I mean, I can
know
remember.
guys that broke, or they got all the way down to like 4.
Almost 4.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
Yeah,
They were just
isn't
sprinting
the
whole
4-minute
time.
mile is like the
Yeah,
world record right
breaking
now,
that-
right?
Breaking that is like, I think it's at like 3:52.
Right, that's what I mean. Like,
But
they
you have
just
to
broke
sprint
the whole
quarter mile.
Well,
under
that's
a
what's
minute.
so
It's
funny because
insane.
I remember
It's
like
insane.
they'd be like, there was one school I did it in. We had a track which is just four loops, 4 laps, and then there was one school where we didn't have a track, so it was just like you had to run like around the school and shit. And there were some parts that had like hills, uphill and downhill. So he like kind of made up for it. He was like, well, that part's uphill, so this part's downhill, and you just we'll cut off a quarter mile here. And but I remember it'd be like, ready, set, go, and we'd start, and I'd be like, okay, like. Gotta pace myself because I'm running a mile here. And the fast kids would just run as hard as they could the whole time. And to me, that was like, what? A mile the whole time? The only thing I could bang out the sit-ups and I couldn't do pull-ups, but I could do push-ups. And I could crush the flexible shit with all the chicks.
The running was never my bag. Never my dude. I did my freshman year of high school. I did cross country to train for hockey.
That is the biggest load of shit ever. I remember what my basketball coaches like kind of put me on the outs, like because I was like on a track to get called up to varsity early, and they like didn't like that I wasn't doing track in the off season to train for basketball. And I remember being like, I was like very into playing basketball. I did like practice. I got those fucking shoes that you put on your toes to like jump.
The jimmies?
Yeah, the jimmies. I got the jimmies. I would do like out of school like basketball camps and tutoring. I was like really into it, and I was still like, there is no fucking way I'm doing track.
Dude,
no shot. And they were like, you're not dedicated. And I was like, well, then that's okay. then I'm not dedicated. Whatever. I'm not doing track.
I was like, I got shin splints almost immediately.
I could see your body being like, nope.
Like almost, because I ran.
Yeah,
Like,
just
sorry,
like someone running
people
with
listening.
fucking flippers on, and the shin bone just splintering everywhere,
I
like
still
balsa
have it
wood.
awfully.
Yeah.
And I ended up having to. I'd have to run in the pool every day, which actually was dope.
Yeah.
I get 2 kickboards and I just run in the deep end. It was like fucking
Of
sick.
your school?
This is public school still. It's public school my freshman
Yeah.
year.
See, like you had schools with pools in it and shit. That's wild.
This is like this is not a nice school.
Yeah, that's crazy
It was
to
just
me.
it was just a very
We never
my
had
public school
pools.
freshman year was just very big. So there were
Yeah.
like swim teams and stuff like that.
Right.
But then probably the next time I ever ran distance again was my freshman year of college when I was on the baseball team, and it was like part of like the baseball thing. We had to do like a charity 5K one like Saturday morning or something like that, and fucking shit-faced Friday night, and I'm running. This is at St. Michael's, so it's a Catholic college, and I'm running and like just like through the woods, just fucking dying, dude. Like
Yeah.
like I could hear the beer in my stomach splashing, and it's like kind of like when you do, and you're kind of like holding back a puke, like
Yeah. Yeah. I know that. When you go,
and I'm running like this, and the only thing I remembered from cross country at that time was you hold your fingers like this, because I guess that makes running easier.
what do you do?
I don't know.
Oh no, that's white supremacy.
So
No, those are all just racist.
So I'm just like my stomach's going. My stomach sounds like a fucking conch shell. My gut, my mouth's going. And then about a 75-year-old priest goes barreling by me. Goes, look like you're struggling, son. He was in the priest fucking taking everything.
He had the robe
He had a
on.
fucking
Running with Bibles in his hands.
He had the Bible on, but he had like a black like turtleneck and shorts. You look like you're struggling, son. It's like, just
On your left, pussy.
my fucking dick, fuck.
That is hilarious. Suck my dick, father. Oh man. Yeah. I mean, all of this is to say, how awesome would it be to have steroids in your system as like a 4th grader and be like, this is easy to me. I can do all of this. Yeah, I'll play hockey. Sure, I'll play baseball and football and soccer and whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Play whatever you want, bro. Mm-hmm. I am LeBron James.
I'll also tell you what I'm thinking about doing. Skip the steroids. Have him play with the chicks. Just have Keegan wreck bitches his whole childhood and just say, because he identifies as a girl, and just have him step up to the plate and bing, just hit dingers his whole life. I want him bat flipping,
I'll tell
running
you what,
around
you
the
picked the
bases,
wrong sport
suck my
there.
dick.
You picked the wrong sport. Don't go softball. Softball's fucking
No.
hard.
I'm talking a little like early, yeah, you're right. Early baseball when the
fucking
girls
trying
are
to hit
still
a
just-
riser. Don't they?
Yeah,
I'll
no, that
go
shit's hard.
fucking play something
That's-
else.
that's
I don't know what I could beat women at, but,
Well,
but it's not softball.
Yeah, I don't, because they're mean in basketball too. Girls who are good at basketball play like they'll just like elbow you and fucking box you out and body you. Like,
I think I've told you about my buddy, one of my good buddies you've met, bigger guy, and he lived next to, growing up in high school, he lived next to 2 like they were sisters, like all state high school basketball girls. Like I don't know where they ended up going to college, but you know, as he tells it, they were like D1, awesome.
Yep.
And one day he was shooting in his backyard, and like they rolled up almost like the Sandlot, like, hey, you want to play? And
fucked his shit up?
And they fucking kicked his ass.
Yeah.
And were so mean to him.
Yeah.
They asked for a game 2. But before game 2, he ran a couple laps around his house, took off his shirt, and just backed him down in the paint the rest of the game.
You ain't touching this.
You
ain't wanting Gotcha, bitch. That's funny. Let's do this. Yeah, no, I mean chicks who are good at sports will fucking run your shit when you're a boy. But
I had a buddy.
well, what we've learned is that guys can absolutely beat the shit out of chicks in swimming because that trans guy is lapping bitches. Like he's beating them by like 2 pool lengths, and then she sits there like on the podium like
Yeah, fucking right.
like how. Are you even enjoying this? There's nobody even in sight in the pool. You're winning by like 3 minutes. She's like, yeah,
Maybe
man.
go up in a division.
But you know what I was thinking about that? She probably I don't know what's going through her head, but like, she might be thinking like, I got to do this now to like I got to beat the shit out of these lame bitches to like eventually even the playing field. Like the next girl, like eventually you'll get close enough where like. Whether you have female or male genetics, you're like it's an even playing field because I started way back when.
Not because you think she's running eugenics on the pool.
Yeah, basically. She's making that gene pool that much stronger because those girls are just like, well, fuck, I don't know, I gotta hit the
In
weight.
order for me to make these people genetically stronger, I have to beat them down.
It actually made Sam J is a very funny comedian. She'll be on next Tuesday's episode. She has a lot of material about lesbian and gay and trans because she's a lesbian herself, and she has a bit about like she's like I don't know the answer of like how to handle sports and what divisions do you play in or whatever, but she says that trans women are basically like our version of X-Men, and she's like you guys shouldn't complain, like shut the fuck up because we're gonna have bitches in the NFL soon. Like we got to do this now so that we can get up there eventually. So maybe that's why this girl's just swimming her dick off, just fucking killing it. But all of this is to say, like I said, I just want Keegan running shit, and so it's either gonna be playing against chicks or steroids, kid. You pick. What do you want? You want to be known as the kid who beats up on girls,
juice.
or the fucking juiced up roid monkey? Your pick, kiddo. It's up to you. Today we got Josh Adam Meyers on the show, who I think might be like the most interesting man in the world.
I would
need
agree
to,
with
like,
that.
I told him Ryan Sickler does this thing with Joey Diaz. Joey Diaz comes on his show once every couple months or whatever, and he just chronicles his life because Joey's lived like the craziest life in the world. So Sickler will be like, all right, like welcome back. Uncle Joey's on the show again. Where were we? And Joey's like, we left off in December of '96, and he just starts going, and then it's almost funny. It's like an old man telling a story. He's like, that's enough for today. Like he decides when it's done, but you're getting the complete chronicle of Joey Diaz's life. And Sickler said like one day we'll put it all into one thing, and I'll give it to you. You'll have it for your kids or whatever. We might have to chronicle Josh Adam Meyers' entire life.
I wouldn't hate
because
that.
I went back and started listening to his interviews with Sickler, and he has some fucking tales from when he was going to school in D.C. in these schools that were like right on the border of like rich and poor and black and white, and the shit he used to do in school was he's got stories, man. So I think we might have to have Josh be like a recurring guest where we just be like, I mean the interview you'll hear was just like, I mean it's despicable and deviant behavior, and he was like, we didn't even scratch the surface of my debauchery. Like it's just like, here's the mic, go, dude. So that's on the show later. Very, very funny. Sex clubs and whatever else. Sex parties, orgies, raves,
cuddle puddles,
Viagra, drugs, like the whole fucking nine. So that's on today's show.
Meth, skull fucking.
Meth is having meth stories is crazy.
Well, everyone's got meth stories. If you've done coke, you got meth stories.
I guess
if you've done
that's
coke,
true.
you're doing meth.
Yeah, but if you have an on purpose meth story,
yeah.
that's the
Yeah,
difference.
that's true. I bought coke and got lied to. You bought meth.
That is a good joke. That's exactly it. We'll do Am I the Assholes and top fives. But do we have what do we have?
I guess the whole thing we started this for is just for me to tell. By the way, I put ice on my nipples last night. Just wanted to get that.
That's why this all started.
We lifted up my shirt and we just went from there.
Right.
But
I love this show. I swear to God, this should be the #1 show in the world. That is so ridiculous.
We just did 20 minutes plus.
More. I was like 40 minutes because we started to talk about your chest shaving. It's amazing.
But yeah, just real quick, I'm so itchy from shaving yesterday that I had some I had cooked last week, chicken and rice, like a Mediterranean chicken, rice, chickpeas, some blistered tomatoes, onions, real good stuff. And I was put in the microwave, and when you put rice in the microwave, you put 2 ice cubes in there with it, or a couple ice cubes to get it moist. And somehow it doesn't melt in the microwave. And as I had the ice tray in my hand, I was like I would imagine like a feeding mother, like, oh, my nipples are so sore.
You're like
and
calling for the ice.
And I had the ice in my hand, and I was like, maybe. And so I just
you were like those South Park characters.
I just got 2 bags of ice and laid on my couch with my fucking shirt off and 2 bags of ice on my nipples.
Okay, I said you were like you got it together. You're back to being disgusting.
I like to.
Did your cousin like
I'm
come
not
home
a-
and see this by any
No,
chance?
all that kid does is work. It's crazy.
That sucks.
I know.
Well, what an idiot. Just go to Coinbase and get into crypto if you're trying to make money. Well, I have a job. I swear to God, if you are on the come up right now, getting into of age where you need to make money, and your plan is like a 40-hour job, you're a fucking idiot. If that's your plan, rather than just getting something like Coinbase and getting down with crypto, you're an idiot. The only reason people still do things like boring ass jobs is that's the old way. People had to do it back then because there wasn't a Coinbase available for you to download and just start getting Bitcoins. What? I'm going to school to get a degree so that I can work somewhere. Okay, idiot. I'll be on Coinbase getting rich. It's Coinbase. They were the one that did the big Super Bowl commercial with the QR code that broke the website.
It's the official.
It went total viral. It's the only.
I have a couple of friends and relatives who are big into the crypto world, and they all say Coinbase, even Coinbase Pro. if you wanna
Bitcoin
get
Marty,
real crazy with it.
Bitcoin Marty was beating this drum years ago. These guys have been available since the jump when it comes to Bitcoin and the cryptocurrencies. So you can buy, sell, and spend everything in the crypto world on Coinbase. It's the easiest user experience. That's the truth, because we've dealt with some other ones where you got to download this and convert that in order to purchase this and put this wallet here and transfer over there. Like, Coinbase is just like, here are your American dollars, and you want to buy this? Click the button. Bingo, bango, bongo. If me and Feidelberg can do it, literally anybody can. Your grandmother can use Coinbase to get crypto. So right now, for a limited time, you get $10 in free Bitcoin when you sign up today. $10 in Bitcoin today is worth $100 million one day down the road.
Could be.
This basically is like $100 million promo code. Go to Coinbase.com/KFC Radio. But honestly, if you are looking to get in with Bitcoin and crypto, it's like the only option. It's the only one that I really trust. Like all the other ones, I'm like, this money is going to disappear. It's the only one I know how to use. It's the only one that looks like it's not intimidating. It's truly the only option in my mind. The offer is for limited time only, so if you want to get that $10 in free Bitcoin, go to Coinbase.com/KFC Radio. All right, so Billy Football has a hypothetical.
Yeah, he did on macrodosing yesterday. I think he wants to be clear. He did not come up with it. And I don't know. Maybe I've even heard it before. Maybe I haven't.
Every hypothetical someone else has come up with it, but it's about who popularizes it and who you heard it most from, and that's just how it goes.
If you were in a room with your clone, would you rather fuck it or kill it?
I mean, I would rather fuck it.
Yeah?
Yeah. I don't even get because you want to just you want to thirst for blood, just
see
like
what it's like to kill a human. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Because also then you got to do the fucking that Paul Rudd show where he's a clone. Remember the one where Brady comes out of the spa and there was that kind of backlash because it was right after Robert Kraft's spa situation.
Vaguely remembering it, yeah.
And it was it was the joke in that little bit was that's how Brady stays so young.
Yeah,
Because in the spa what they do is they just clone you and kill the old you and you're refreshed.
Right.
And it is what you can't just have another you out there.
Well, okay, so that's I guess that's my point.
What if it's an evil you?
Yes, so that's what I mean. If to me that feels like the way that was presented to me is, would you rather get off on sex or get off on murder? And I don't really need I don't feel the need or the want to murder.
I'm with you on that.
But if you told me that do I gain something by murdering him? if he's an evil clone, if he's gonna put me out of business because he's gonna take all my shit, if my kids are gonna go to him instead of me, whatever. Like then we could talk about it.
I think sitting here right now, I don't have the thirst for murder. I think he could get me there pretty quickly. I think he could.
I'm stunned. Your answer is not 100% unequivocally murder.
Well,
I thought you do have a thirst for blood. I thought you would like to see that a little bit.
Well, definitely.
Like it's some purge shit. Like
I'd want to fight him for sure.
That's what I mean. You have a thirst for blood. You want that action.
I think the fight for sure. I could if honestly if it was up to me, I'd be like, I'm gonna fuck you, but don't let me.
The perfect blend. What you want to do is rape your clone. The choice was sex or murder. The choice was sex or murder, and John split it right down the middle with some good old rape.
I'm gonna make it difficult.
That's what gets me off.
Yeah, you're not into it though. But
resist. I'm gonna fuck you, but make sure you resist.
This is all getting cut, so I don't fucking.
No, absolutely not. This is not only getting cut. This is getting turned into a social clip. That is exactly what I think. I just want
to have a fist fight and then have sex with him.
You just said what many people are thinking, but too afraid to say, and that's what this show is for. I would want to fuck me.
I want to see who wins in a fight, and then I want to see who fucks better.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like I fuck pretty good, so I want my clone to fuck me.
Yeah,
because I know that I can throw down.
Yeah, you want to get fucked? I was like, I want to get fucked hard.
Listen. When I fuck, I think I fuck pretty good. So, unlucky me. I'm walking this whole planet unable to get fucked by me. How sad is that? Well, now I've got the opportunity.
Yeah, but like. Wouldn't you want?
But I also don't want to get fucked in the ass.
Yeah, you want to fuck a guy first. You feel like
I don't know. I think I would rather
get
fucked by. Yeah, I think I would rather get fucked by myself. I think I would derive more pleasure from some good butt play than fucking a guy in the ass. Straight up. That might make me gay, but straight up, I'd rather have stuff done to my butt.
No social clip.
I'd rather have stuff well done to my butt than me fuck a dude.
Yeah, it's like, I'd rather be a bottom than a top. Does that make me gay?
Yeah. No, wait a minute. I officially think that bottoming is less gay than topping. Because you know what's so gay? You know what is so gay?
Fucking a dude in the ass.
Fucking a dude in the ass. Looking at a guy's asshole and being like, I want to fuck that is super gay. You know what's not super gay but pretty gay is being like, I like shit done to my butt. Like, I can just fucking close my eyes and pretend that's a hot chick doing some crazy shit back there. I'm fucking that guy's asshole and I know it. That's gay. That's gay. Getting fucked in the butt, pretty straight. And that's just where the world's going. That has empirical evidence to back it up, bro. That's one of my galaxy brain takes right there.
That is a galaxy. I remember like probably like 15 years ago, like we were in like college maybe, and I asked a buddy about one of our friend's hot sisters. I was like, dude, would you let her fuck you in the ass with a strap on if you got to have sex with her afterwards? Yeah. And he goes, dude, as long as she promised she wouldn't let me fuck her afterwards, I'd let her. And I was like, whoa. Yep. And now this guy's like, now you shouldn't say that outside of the car.
Yeah. now it's like, we'll say it on the mic.
I got a podcast.
Yeah, all right. Good. Bro, 100%.
I don't disagree. I'm with you. I'm just laughing.
Yeah.
I think you made sound arguments there.
It really is.
I think we can probably put a pin in it. 50 episodes till we both come out.
I'll hammer the under. I think I just came out. I think it's already happened.
We're starting to get real flirty with this fucking line, bro.
I mean, there's a reason why the joke is that we're the gayest podcast at Barstool, while out and about frolicking around. They're probably banging more chicks than we are. I mean, I'm very close to getting fucked in the ass, I think.
150,000 subscribers.
I hate don't tell people that. I hate hearing that because then I'm like, take it all back. I am very close to getting fucked in the ass. It's a very funny line.
No, I would definitely. I'd rather have me fuck me in the ass than suck my dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to
than me suck my dick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to suck a dick at all. I don't want to fuck a guy's asshole. You can put stuff in my butt. I don't think that even is that crazy to say.
It's not.
Zach
It's
keeps
funny.
going, oh. I'm like,
Yeah.
yo.
Zach's not being so gay about it, bro.
Yeah. Zach's being just like super straight over there. It's fucking me up. No, that to me is absolutely like, if we're talking about the hierarchy, if we're talking about the list of gay stuff that I want to do, the last on the list is sucking a dick, then fucking a guy, and at the top, coming in at number one of what I want to do is getting stuff in my ass.
I'll tell you what I don't want to do though, which goes on that list. I think is I don't want to do an enema. Not an
Oh no! Well, I didn't say I would prep for him. I didn't say I was going to be enjoyable.
Towels nearby.
That is I think I genuinely believe.
Podcast is over.
No, listen. I got more takes. I got another point here. I think more of the reason why I'm not gay is not to do with the sexuality, is to do with that stuff. Like that to me is like your guys' entire like sexuality and dating scene has to also be wrapped into like when you last took a shit. That's a problem for me.
Yeah.
I don't want any of that stuff.
I don't know if you heard the beginning of the podcast, but it's not a goddamn nightmare.
Like right now, if Feidelberg was seriously, what would Feidelberg do if he had a big date tonight? He'd be like, "We can go home and like I can fuck you, but you do not want to fuck me. I'm right now filled to the brim with pork and lobster and steak and meat and tuna. You want to fuck that?"
Don't forget that I also had some rice and blistered tomatoes and onions.
I mean that I would have to like cancel dates and break up relationships and stuff.
Yeah.
Like as a straight guy, I can go eat Subway tuna fish all I want, and it's not going to affect. Well, it'll affect my my performance a little bit, but it's not going to create a disaster of a situation. Whereas for a gay guy, it's like. Do you imagine having an anal sex mishap with what you have in your body right now? like there's plenty of stories of like, oh, guys and girls, like, oh, you shit on my dick. It's like, yeah, but it was just like they had normal food in them. If fucking lobster and tuna comes out, God almighty.
It's not good. Not
good.
Not good. Not good.
Not good. What a segment. Am I the Asshole is brought to you by Roman. I've said it before. I'll say it again. You're an asshole if you're not using Roman, because that means you're out here having short-ass sex. Could you imagine? I feel like we're going to look back and people are going to be like, did you know that dudes used to just go in there with like just their actual dick and like their natural dick and their natural ability to last, and that's all? It's gonna be like, yeah, they were fucking crazy. Everyone's gonna have Roman at all hours of the day, like cocked, ready to go, because trying to just hope that you have long sex with a regular dick is, I mean, right? It's like, yeah.
Look, if I run into myself in a room, I'm throwing him a Roman first. That's for sure.
I would be like, I would hand myself a Roman, and we'd make eyes. We'd be like,
Come on, I'm giving you the 1-2. Come on,
like a girl being like, or a guy being, I need you to last like a long time. It's like, yeah, what do you want me to climb Mount Everest too? Like, let's just make up fucking things that are impossible while we're at it. But with a Roman swipe, anything is possible. You can make sex last up to 50% longer. So you add a couple minutes on there, and sometimes that's all it takes. Because how many times do you, I don't know. Some guys are completely lost and some girls are completely unsatisfied. But I feel like there are times where it's like, don't stop. You stopped. And that, if you were just
that's
there.
where I like to live.
Right on that edge.
Yeah, I got
They keep coming back for more, but they're not satisfied. That's how I like to please my women, by almost pleasing them, but not.
I'm an unscratched scratch ticket. There's potential.
Yeah,
maybe
right.
next time.
Right, because they do like to fix things. They do like to always think it could get better. So, but if you could just last that extra couple seconds and certainly couple minutes, I think everybody walks away happy, and that's what the Roman swipes provide with FDA approved, safe, clean, and easy sex wipes, which basically is just a little moist towelette, and you wipe on your dick. It desensitizes it so that you can still feel it, but will help you last longer. And you wipe it on, let it dry, you're good to go. It doesn't transfer to your partner. It doesn't have any smells or scents or feeling to it. You just kind of get it. It's a funny feeling the first time you do it, because all of a sudden you just kind of realize you're like, my dick's kind of numb, and it is it's a new feeling at first, but once you've used them a couple times, you realize that you just feel like you're like Hercules. You feel like it's like a PED. You're just like, I'm hitting these balls out of the fucking park. Go to GetRoman.com/KFC to get your first month of swipes for just $5. So you got a whole month of good ass. I was going to say a whole month of good ass fucking when you go to GetRoman.com/KFC. Am I the asshole for walking out of a restaurant because my girlfriend ordered spaghetti? 25-year-old male. Yeah. I yes. Yeah. Right now, I'm going to think definitively, but I'm so interested to see if he can turn me. Yeah. 25-year-old male dating 24-year-old girl named Allie. We moved in 5 months ago, and I really love her a lot. Allie just doesn't have great table manners. She eats noisily and sloppily. In a restaurant environment, usually this isn't too bad because of the natural ambient sound. In a quiet room, it's much more noticeable. I don't exactly like it, but I usually can tolerate it. He's already swaying me. However, when Allie eats pasta, she slurps her noodles so loudly that people from other tables look. It's completely mortifying to hear people murmur about her loud slurping all the time. I know this might just be normal in some cultures. Don't think it is. But from where I'm from in the U.S., it looks really uncultured and bothers some people who are more sensitive to sounds. I've tried to teach her how to use a spoon to spin the pasta into a ball. Now, that's crazy. Again, what am I, a magician? Nope, she doesn't want to. I've tried to ask her to take smaller bites. Nope. That's how she eats pasta, and that's how she'll always eat pasta. We've been to local Italian restaurant half a dozen times, and each time but one, she humiliated me with her loud, slurpy eating. I know I shouldn't care what other people think, but I agree with the patrons. It's disgusting. People are trying to enjoy a meal. I finally got frustrated one day and told her that I wouldn't eat noodles with her in public anymore. She can eat alone, or she can go with friends. I'll happily drive her to the restaurant, but I will not sit down with her. She kind of blew off my message like, oh yeah, you're so perfect, I get it, and thought that was that. Last night, Allie really wanted to go to our local Italian place. I asked her if she would be ordering spaghetti. She rolled her eyes and said she would get the lasagna. I agreed that was fine. We went out for the first time in a while. When the waitress came to take our order, Allie completely went back on her promise and ordered spaghetti. I told the waitress I told the waitress that I wouldn't be needing anything. Stood up and walked to our car. I relaxed in the car listening to a podcast until Allie came out a little while later. She sat down and started giving me the silent treatment. When we got home, she yelled at me about embarrassing her. Would not let me say a single word without shrieking over me and saying that she's only interested in an apology. I refused. She went to the other room to loudly talk shit about me to herself. I don't know if I went too far. I'm on his side. I am now on his side. He gave her all of. They talked about this.
Did she stay and eat?
She must have.
Like she stayed and ate.
She just said after some time.
Yeah, I mean, if you listen to a podcast,
yeah,
she ate that fucking spaghetti.
Which I love that move too. I love both these people. I think both these people are assholes that I can condone their behavior. They talked about it, and he said, "Listen, in a relationship, relationships are feelings and emotions are irrational and they're not logical, and that's why they're hard relationships, because sometimes your partner is going to tell you something like, I just really don't like it when you do XYZ, and you might be on the other side being like, well, that's fucking childish, but that person just told you what's going to fucking ruin this relationship. If you do this and slarp and slop, I'm going to hate this, and I'm going to grow to hate you, and the relationship's not going to work. And this bitch is still going to slurp her spaghetti.
Now,
as a matter of fact, he should have dumped her. But he's given her the chance to still salvage the relationship. He's a goddamn hero.
I agree wholeheartedly that a loud eater is.
Let's just do it for the fans listening now. Just imagine
Well, that brings me to my next topic. Why don't you get yourself a bowl of cereal real quick?
And eat my cereal?
Because you're one of the loudest eaters on the planet.
With my cereal?
You eat your cereal so loud.
Let's get the cereal.
And then I was going to say the other person in my life who I eat with very often, my father, also exceptionally loud. So this dude can just fucking suck it up.
Go
too.
get me some cereal. Can you get me the? Is there any more milk left? It's probably been. Just run to the fridge and see if it's see if there's any more there. But it doesn't really matter if. Like all that matters is what he's saying.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Right? So
He's
like
saying-
maybe she's not even that bad. Maybe he's just crazy sensitive, but it's like we had a logical discussion before the fact. I told you we're not doing this and you fucking did it. That's really what it's about because it's also similar to like if I told you like, yo, we got to be like good tonight. Please don't get drunk and you just fucking did it anyway.
That
Not
would be.
No, these are all like if in the moment you flip out on someone, it's like, well, that was fucking crazy. But no matter how crazy or illogical it is, in a relationship, when somebody tells you something, you either got to choose to abide by that or not be down in the relationship.
I do respect the fact that he's like this is just something I'd never say, and I would just be miserable. And
you just sit there and like,
sit there and be like this goddamn fucking asshole. It's so like how does she like I almost feel like it's like you have to be exaggerating to say other tables are watching, like other tables in a restaurant.
If you
like where are you fucking eating?
If you're, is it still good?
You smell it. I don't trust
Yeah, April 6th. It's been in the fridge the whole time. Oop, never mind.
Yeah, once you pop open milk goes fast.
Oh, yeah, whoa.
Yeah.
Woo. Wow. But that's crazy. Yikes! I don't know if that fridge is like on. Woo. If you you're thinking about spaghetti, because I mean I actually don't get spaghetti at restaurants, not because I think it's like I'm gonna like be a spectacle, but it is messy. It's like maybe it's not even loud. It's just a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
I'll
if you just run in there reckless abandon. Like it could be, and also you're looking like you could see it like because you gotta like slurp once and then like slurp again to get it all the way. If you're not like doing the spoon or you're not
doing the spoon's too much.
The spoon's too much, but not the spoon, but the roll. Like you gotta twist it around your fork.
You definitively twist it, but
or
doing the spoon,
I know
like,
the Italians go
out,
crazy
dude.
about cutting it up, but it's like I'd rather have somebody cut it than slurp.
I haven't cut
Spaghetti
as a
is
child.
preposterous.
But
food.
her doing the him like being honest and open with his feelings, which again maybe they are over the top, but they are.
They're definitely a little over the
what
top,
he's feeling.
Yeah.
And her being just a sly dog about
I'll get lasagna.
I'll get lasagna, and then she comes and goes, "Give me the spaghetti so I can slurp it in this fucking
right in
face."
this. Yes, that is
disrespectful.
so disrespectful. That guy, he should have broke up with her on the spot because that's the point of it. Is like that is like saying. I promise I'll drive tonight, babe, and then you just get absolutely shit faced and make an ass for yourself. That's like saying, yeah, I won't. We're meeting your friends for the first time. Like I'll be on my best behavior, and then you're a loudmouth. Like if you say you're gonna do something, and then you just because that honestly is like the crux of why every relationship fails. Because you don't do that to like if you tell your boss or your coworkers you're gonna do something, like you do it, right? If you tell even a fucking stranger, you will treat better than the person in your relationship because you don't want to get embarrassed, right? You don't want to be like, oh man, I told that guy that I wouldn't do this, and like we're at this work function, and I don't want to look like an idiot, but I'll just do that right in my girlfriend's face. She'll just do it right in mine because deep down we hate each other. It's just like I will blatantly do the opposite of what I said. And I will do the opposite of what you want because we're dating, and that's fucked.
It is crazy.
So it's like,
crazy.
and that's like the majority of what happens. Like that happens. This happens more often than not, I would imagine.
Like I know you'll forgive me, so I'll take advantage. of that.
Yeah. I will push you to the brink every single time because I know that like we'll go home and I'll start to like rub your dick and you'll forget about it.
Yeah.
That's what happens. And I feel like girls, especially chicks, she was probably like didn't even consider that her boyfriend was going to call her on the lasagna thing. Like, she was probably like, yeah, I'll eat lasagna, and then I'll lie, and then get spaghetti, and that's that. And he's like, no, bitch.
A pasta with red sauce? Yeah. No. I'm eating my pasta with red sauce. It fucking matters to me very much how that pasta is cut. You go to an Italian restaurant, it's all the same. You go to any restaurant, it's all the same. It's all cuisine. Food is fucking food, dude.
That's what's crazy too is like just
Should I get the ravioli? Should I get the pasta with red sauce and the cheese? And the pasta with red
same
sauce
thing
and
with,
the
I mean,
cheese?
Mexican. Like, should I get a
Same
burrito
thing,
or a taco or a
100%.
chimichanga or an enchilada? It's all the same.
The only ones that's different's American because we steal from all of you and then we make it
the
fatter.
best. Yeah, we take all the best from all your fucking cultures, put like GMOs or whatever in it,
Yeah.
and make it glucose
America
and fructose.
invented Chinese food. America invented
Yeah.
Italian food too. Fuck all you guys.
Yeah, well, I was actually because hypotheticals just run through my head all day long. I was thinking about if you had to pick one cuisine, one culture of food for the rest of your life, and I would just pick American because then you get all of them.
Yeah.
Because like pizza that we like,
colonialism, bitch.
yeah, like pizza that we like is not Italian. That's American. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
traditional
right.
pizza is American.
Yeah.
All of the good versions of what we like is American.
Although pizza, I'm souring on pizza.
Really?
Yeah, if I can be a little honest here.
That's crazier than
I-
my take about
I
fucking
eat
dudes.
pizza so much less than I used to eat pizza now. I don't know what it is. I think New York pizza is really super overrated, and it's just like I don't know. It's. I think I've had so much pizza in my life that I'm just kind of sick of it. I can't tell you the last time I had a piece of pizza where I was like, "Fuck, that was great." And obviously it matters where I order from, but I get it from. Sometimes I get it from Domino's. Sometimes I get it from good restaurants here, good pizza places here in New York. I think per capita. I would bet like if you on average, New York's got bad pizza.
Because there's just so many.
So many, yeah.
And there's so many of like the with dollar slice, two bros.
Because
type pizza that
I
sucks.
try and like get new things. Because I'm like I have Joe's all the time. Joe's
Yeah.
is great,
Yeah.
a Greenwich Village staple. And then I just try and get new stuff sometimes. But like I get Joe's all the time. I'll try this one. So I'm just on the apps and trying to figure out what to get. And I'm always disappointed. Always.
I can definitively say in terms of quantity and how often. As far as the burrito pizza argument goes, like I make tacos and eat them way more often.
I don't care for burritos either.
Then I
Burritos are
eat
too big. Tacos, yes.
Tacos, yeah. But I think burritos and
Yeah, you get a small burrito.
when we did burritos versus that, to me that was Mexican food versus pizza.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
Because I'll eat that multiple nights a week, cook it multiple times, and I still have a lot of pizza, but I definitely have the Mexican more often. But again, even with tacos, it's like. I like American tacos with like melted cheese and sour cream and all that shit. Because when you get the Mexican
Not
tacos,
corn tortillas
it's all,
either.
I hate the corn tortillas.
Nope.
That's what I mean. So when you get
Flour
you
tortilla.
get the Mexican ones, it's corn tortillas and everything's like fresh and not like melty or whatever the fuck it is. And it's like, okay, whatever. You can say that's good. I like my shit to be like Taco Bell. So American is a catch-all. We get everything.
Let's talk about Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex has the flour.
Sure,
tortillas.
that works. Corn tortillas are like.
Not good.
I know you're supposed to heat them up a little bit, but when you first take them out of like a bag, they're like rubber.
Yeah.
They're like.
I don't even know what they're like because I've never bought them.
I'm gonna bring
I've
in
had-
a corn tortilla for you. When you first touch them, it's insane.
I also
a
don't.
flour tortilla is like a pillow. It's like this nice like. It's
I don't
like
put. I don't warm
it's like
mine
a blanket.
up. I don't put them in the microwave.
Yeah, neither do I.
I like
With
it
the,
cold.
So that's why a flour tortilla is soft, is perfect.
Yeah.
A little that, you have to heat it up because naturally it's like it's rubber. It's gross. So anyway, don't eat your fucking spaghetti like a goddamn monster if you don't want to get broken up with. How about that, bitch? Ooh, tale as old as time. Let's do this one. Am I the asshole for not giving up my seat on the bus to a pregnant woman and then showing my scars on my knee to show that I have an injury? Title pretty much explains it all, but I'll add some context. A couple months ago, 18 female, that makes a difference too, got into an accident where I was walking across the road and got hit by a car that was way over the speed limit. My right knee and leg basically took most of the impact. The car stopped and called an ambulance and left a phone number, and we later settled it. I mean, the details.
Yeah.
This is a legitimate detail. The car stopped and called an ambulance and left a phone number, and we later settled on it, and I got quite a big sum of money with the help of my parents. Why? Why do you girls do this? Yeah, it's a girl thing. Tell bad stories with extra details.
I don't think that's super unnecessary. I think that's a little like.
Why would that matter?
Well, I think sometimes it matters in the reader. I think sometimes. Because like sometimes you can tell a story where like a lot great stories have unnecessary details.
I guess.
Now, if you're trying to just get a story out,
stories. These are like we're in a court of law here.
Right.
To the point. I guess if she was saying it was so bad it was such a bad injury that I got like $5 million. I guess that could add color, but that's not really what she said. Anyway, girls suck at telling stories. A bone in my leg was broken. There we go. A bone in my leg was broken, and my kneecap was basically fractured. Fast forward to now, my leg has been fine. I'm walking. My knee hurts quite a bit. Okay. I'm walking with a cane at 18 years old. I'm a bit embarrassed by it, but I got to deal with it. Yesterday after school, I got on the bus to go home. My knee had been bothering me all day, and I was happy to go home. Once I got on the bus, I took a seat, as one does. A couple stops later, a pregnant woman entered, and she looks around to see if there was a spot for her to sit, which there wasn't. I was one of the younger people, probably not the youngest, though, on the bus, and therefore she decided that I was the perfect candidate to give up my seat. So she walked over and basically told me that I had to get up so she could sit down. She didn't ask me, she told me. So I tried to explain in a soft voice, to not attract much attention since I have social anxiety, that I have a knee injury and that it's hard for me to keep my balance on the bus while standing, and it was hurting a lot. Well, this woman started yelling at me, saying that I was just making excuses and that she didn't believe me. So I lifted up the dress I was wearing to my knee and showed my scars. I admit that my scars don't exactly look pretty or are nicely healed or anything, but I had no interest in continuing the discussion. I made sure that there was no little kids around when I lifted up the dress. The woman didn't know what to say, and she just kept on sulking and went to someone else to get them to give up their seat. I thought that was that. But suddenly a person sitting behind me found it necessary to weigh in on the situation by saying that I was way out of line by showing her my scars, and that I embarrassed the woman, and that I could have easily stood up and just sucked it up for the remainder of my route. I have my decision very much made.
It's very easily. She's not the asshole.
Absolutely.
Like, no
chance.
chance.
I mean, not only... I'll go as far to say this. Like, you should give up your seat to a pregnant woman, but you don't have to.
But also not like I thought when she said scars, I thought it was gonna be like I had an injury when I was fucking 12.
Yeah, to have like a fresh mangled
scar.
scar.
That's not a scar. That's
right.
It sounds like you have fucking stitches or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
this woman's like disabled.
Right.
So this is disabled versus pregnant, which is at best a coin toss.
I give the head to disabled.
I would too, and that's what I was gonna say. I think you're old, you're pregnant, like you should hope, like I would hope that you get a spot, and people should give it to you, but you're not within your rights to go call people out.
I think that's
like that is a courtesy that we should extend, but if people don't want to, you do not get to say this. Like that's not a rule. You know what I mean? That's like you want something. And you're making someone else give it to you, and you don't know what other people have wrong with them and shit. You know what I mean? There are a million times I'm like, my back is fucking killing me. You're like 2 months pregnant. Get the fuck out of here. I guarantee I'm in, not with pregnant people because I will do that, but with old people, there are a lot of times where I'm like, I promise you I'm in more pain than you. I promise you I am in a worse situation than you.
I've never had this happen because it is that crazy to have like a fucking someone, because it's got to be so rare to someone be like, are you gonna get up?
Yeah, but
what are you fucking talking
I've never had someone
I
call it
guess
out,
I don't take the subway
but I'm
enough
just
either.
I've had people, you know, I've seen people look around. I've seen people kind of like, I've seen other people look like, are you gonna get it? Am I gonna get it? You know,
I had something happen
but
yesterday.
There's definitely been times where I'm like, yo, bro, my shit is fucked up. I'm sitting down.
I had yesterday happen. I got on the subway. It was just cold out. I didn't have maybe it was 2 days ago. Whatever it was, recently. It was, I get on the subway, and I just don't carry masks anymore. I'm all vaccinated. I don't need to fucking...
Done with it.
Right? Like
when people go, like, do you have a mask? And I just go, no.
I'm like, I don't have a mask. Like, you don't need them here.
Yeah.
I know there are other places where you need them. In New York, you just don't need them.
Right.
I actually don't know the rule on the subway, if you're supposed to still wearing them or not. I'm not sure.
But I'm not doing
I don't ride it enough, but
right.
I ride it.
But when I do, I don't.
When I ride it 3 stops. I just ride it here to my apartment. And I rarely do that. It's just like when it's raining or some shit like that. And so I get on the subway, and I didn't have a mask. And it wasn't particularly crowded, but there were like every 3 seats there was a person. I sit down. This chick is in a mask next to me, like 2 seats away, like not right there. And she never said anything.
But huffing and puffing and looking and...
right? And then she gets up and moves like 3 seats down and plopped her purse. I was like, First of all, I think we were already 6 feet away from each other.
Bro,
I don't know.
I love when people do
like,
that.
I was like, what do you want me to
I'm almost
do?
inclined to move back with them and get close to them again. I love knowing that I'm bothering people like that.
Like, literally, we're 3 seats away, whatever. We're a good distance away from each other. You got a mask. I got all the vaccines. Why are you still making such a fuss about this?
It's insane.
Everywhere. Like, in New York, most people aren't wearing masks.
No.
You walk on the street.
You're now the asshole if you're in a mask. Because now it's like, it's a look at me thing. It's a pick me move. It's like, yeah, we get it, okay? You're extra safe. Not necessary at all anymore. And anybody who makes a stink I think it's in my blood from my mom. I'm inclined to be like, well, now I'm fighting back.
See, now I was the opposite. I cowered. I was like, oh fuck, I feel like a real dickhead.
Yeah, well, that's you.
Fuck,
Yeah,
I'm
you're
an asshole.
you're a big old pussy. No, what? But I won't cause a scene. But if you're gonna cause a scene, make something out of it. I'm making something
cause a
out of
scene.
it back. Yeah, I mean I'll take it a step further too. I remember when Caitlin was pregnant. Now Caitlin was also like an unbelievable pregnant woman. She was like in shape and like she was definitely in much better shape than I was as a pregnant woman. And like she didn't like that. She was like, I don't want people, now I'm like taking your seat and I feel bad and people are looking. Like I'm fine. I'm going 3 stops or whatever. Like I can do it. She's like, I did find it funny. She's like, I walk around like all day. It's not like you can't be on your feet. You know what I mean?
People have done this for as long as civilizations existed.
Yeah. But all on top
Not
of that.
that it's easy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
It's not a new, unique situation.
Right. And then on top of that, to flash a gruesome injury and be like, see, bitch? And then have someone be like, you didn't have to do that to her.
You didn't have to
It's like
embarrass
she was
her? Like,
in
oh,
my
no,
face.
I had to embarrass her.
She was in my face, like, yelling at me. Of course I had to. Fuck off. All this shit's stupid. Just let people you get on the bus, you get the seat or you don't get the seat. That's just
That's how it goes.
how it goes. Listen to the SXM app at home or anywhere you are. No car required. Stream it all on your phone, online, or at home. 425 channels are waiting for you on the SXM app. Enjoy ad-free music channels for every genre, artist-dedicated channels, and more. Catch live play-by-play of games from every major sports league and 24/7 sports talk from the biggest names in the world. Stay informed with world-class news from every angle and hear the brightest stars in entertainment with original talk and exclusive comedy on the SXM app. SXM app exclusives include ad-free extra music channels, podcasts including Sirius XM originals, and on-demand video of in-studio performances and interviews. Subscribe now and get your first 3 months for free of the SXM app. Visit SiriusXM.com/KFC radio offer to sign up. Offer details apply.
Hey, what's up, KFC Feits and the crew? So I guess my question is today, what is the most useless but useful social skill your parents, your dad, somebody taught you? For me, going into college, I think the most useful thing my dad taught me was how to shotgun a beer. Maybe he didn't teach me how to properly express my emotions, how to do that shit, but I learned how to shotgun a beer, made a few friends that way, because everybody loves to see a kid shotgun. But he also told me an important piece of advice with that was, going back to one of the questions I heard earlier, don't be the dude who does shit for money. He was also, with that advice, don't be the dude who does it to excess where you're blacked out drunk, pissing yourself. But obviously I didn't lose that because these two teeth are fake. And yeah, so I guess going forward, what is the most useful but useless skill you learned from your parents?
Yeah.
Wow. Good ears. I stepped closer so I could.
No, don't get me wrong. It was
so I could
hard.
tell you.
I was only picking up like a couple things, but it was the most useful social skill that your parents gave you. Right?
Yeah, I think I don't know if he said parents. He the example was one his dad gave him, so I don't know if he said dad or parents. But
I don't see the thing. My parents didn't teach me anything, but they prepared me for everything. So at the same time, they taught me for like everything. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But I never had like my dad was never like, all right, this is how you shotgun a beer. But I was just like, when the time came, I was able to look at it and be like, all right, I can shotgun a beer now. So I think they did a good job.
Right.
Rather than teaching me everything, they just taught me how to be capable. But it is a good question. If there's like, don't be the guy.
Kid who does
That
have
was
money.
Bert Kreischer's dad told him that. He did it. He saw him do it with his friends one day, and he pulled him in. He was like, "Don't fucking do that again." And he was like, "But look, I got like $20." He's like, "It's not worth being the kid who does that."
I don't know. Like I don't have anything fun like that. I would have like exercise would probably be one.
Yeah.
Mental health days. My mom taking days off for yourself. That was a good social skill.
I think I will teach Keegan how to drink.
How to drink.
Yeah.
But I mean, like he didn't like not let me drink, but he did. Like,
yeah, I'm
he
not
let
gonna
me
say
drink,
I'm not gonna
but-
be one of those like at 14 you can have like wine at dinner and then but
Yeah.
I'm going to instill in him like be the guy who can hold your liquor, and like if you can't because your tolerance is low or whatever, then like don't drink a lot.
Yeah.
Because being the like sloppy drunk kid is not a good look.
The big one was like I don't like. I'll fucking kill you if I hear you're driving drunk.
Yeah,
Like,
that's a huge one.
that, like,
That's not
oh,
even like a
that was like
skill,
you get,
but that's
if you
like
get drunk,
you can
drunk,
do whatever.
But,
But
like,
yeah,
if
your
you
life's
ever-
over if you're driving drunk. That's a really good one. That should almost be like, I think I think that's another thing that like in the future people will be like, they used to drive like this because like Ubers and everything, and especially self-driving cars.
Yeah.
But people when they're like gonna be all fucked up and they're gonna be people used to get behind a wheel. You guys were maniacs.
They're gonna be surprised that they just let us drive cars at all.
Period. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about? You
Right.
drove these things. Like, yeah. We drove them. They're like, but that must have sucked. Like you couldn't text. Like, oh no, we did everything.
Yeah. No, we did it all.
Well, we weren't paying
We
attention.
broke all the rules
at all.
Very
even
little.
a little bit.
Very
on the
little.
road.
We were watching movies like on the screen.
Yeah, we were
that
driving
came on the
Death
with
mobiles,
the,
and it was just like we just did everything. People shaved, they did makeup, like it was crazy. People read the paper. It was fucking nuts. It's fucking insane that we're allowed to drive cars.
No, it really is. They let you do it when you were an adult, right? No, like 16-year-old girls. Yeah, like, small children were allowed to do it. I mean, this is all part of like advice for my unborn son that I plan on giving. Like, I think it's not like an individual skill, but I think like be able to drink and hold your liquor.
Handshake.
Good handshake's a good one.
Yeah, my dad beat a handshake into me. He had one of my dad's most old school. My dad's most old school social skills he taught me was, and it didn't work. But if you smile, you trick yourself into being happy.
Oh,
so,
clearly.
So he was like,
ain't no tricking happening there.
He's like,
Jackie's face was like,
he was like, you just smile all the time and your brain thinks you're happy.
Nah.
And I was like,
Nah,
okay,
that just means my cheeks
That's
hurt.
why I fucking smile all the time.
All the time. I'm just trying so
hey,
hard.
guess who won fucking best smile in 5th grade?
Yeah. Guess who won best smile, but also was fucking like institutionalized in 5th grade? Me.
Every single fucking yearbook ever. Guess who had best smile? The kid who was doing it the whole time, still doing it. It went into me. It is yet to be successful.
I think the main thing I will try to instill is, and it's kind of a catch-all, but just don't be the creepy guy.
Don't be the creep. That's a good one.
Like, I don't want you to be the guy who's creeping on chicks. I don't want you to be the guy who texts girls 1,000 times. I don't want you to be the guy who's leaning up on them at the bar. Like,
that's
a
good
Don't be
rule.
a sexual creep.
Yeah.
That's my crazy idea to instill in my son.
Yeah, respect.
But like,
women?
you know, like the guys who will cast a wide net and ask everybody out and try to fuck everybody and you know, well, it's like I don't want you to be, but at the same time, I think don't have a fear of rejection, but don't use that like reckless abandon, you know.
Yeah.
But I do think being afraid to talk to a girl or to go up and order a drink or to, you know, just being like socially afraid, I think is a bad thing.
Self-confidence is you're going for.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the word.
not gonna.
Next up.
Didn't get that one.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Trade God here. I've called in before about banging twos on Wordles and requesting poop talk. Also, sorry my voice is a little messed up. It's fucking allergy season as fuck right now. But basically, I make surveys for a whole bunch of episodes of KFC Radio, and KFC quote tweeted my survey from Tuesday's episode and requested the results. So I have the results for you here. First of all, on the earwax earbud spectrum, it was super evenly distributed amongst the chicken heads, a large range of ear hygiene amongst the listeners, so don't really know who came out on top for that one. Suggestions for Feits to look shorter and fatter on camera so that he doesn't disappoint people in public include having worse posture, always sitting in a lower chair than everybody around him at all times, and don't buy clothes that fit. The overwhelming majority of listeners agreed that in the automobile war that Kevin is currently fighting against Enterprise, the car shop, the DMV, and the leasing agent, I asked who would win. The consensus was everybody but Kevin. It is confirmed true that KFC views his children as 45-pound medicine balls in all walks of life. This is not an idea that is exclusive to weddings. Most people agree that Tom Segura's Brad Pitt story was just because he wanted to do a fat name drop. He didn't think it would add anything to the interview. He just wanted to flex that Rusty from Ocean's 11 thought he was funny. Some of the best Feits tattoos ideas, Moon Man beating off, a collage of all the colleges that are on Feits' lengthy, prestigious resume, a jar of mayonnaise, something of Jackie's choice, and lastly, vomit.
Vomit.
Oh, God.
And if Pavs had not run from the jaws of death, that is Gamecocks women's basketball. Most people agree that what would have transpired after is Dawn Staley and Aaliyah Boston would have both verbally and physically pegged him. A close second was that maybe Dawn gives him a little bit of
That was a
respect.
good time.
And
Don't let his
play
dad
again.
know.
He promptly fucks up another backdoor cut and is asked to leave. I believe that's everything.
All right.
Yeah,
I do
we're
think
making more surveys. Trade got us on Twitter.
if we made a Frankenstein mascot of all your schools, the beak of this thing and the arms of this thing and the paws of that thing, you could probably make a badass mascot. Man. I had another huge strikeout with my car. I thought I had it. I thought I figured it out because my friend said to me, "Man, like everybody's getting fucked with cars right now because of the supply chain," and they were like, she said to me. Like nobody can get like their car problem solved. I mean, maybe you can, but like regular people like us can't. And I was like, wait a minute, yes, maybe I can. Maybe I can use some of this power for good. I can use my connections. And I remember that last year when my car first broke down, the people from Hyundai were gonna get down and do some advertising, and they hooked me up with a rental car. And so I was like, yes, those guys were super helpful. And they almost like worked with us and sponsored the podcast. They're gonna help me out. I was like, when they see this, for sure, I'm getting out of this. I'm like, this is gonna be the.
You hadn't thought of that.
I had not thought of that.
I had thought of it and didn't mention it because I thought it was so obvious.
Nope, did not even think of it because I don't even remember that people like me. Email the guy. I'm like, remember you hooked me up last time? Here's my problem. Sob story about the kids and how I'm not gonna be able to drive them around and everything. I can't afford all this. I'm fucked. Automatic bounce back. Hi, I'm not available right now. I'm on paternity leave with no access to email. Which I know you're lying about, Paul. I know you're probably listening to this on the internet right now. Fucking go on your email and answer it. So I emailed Tyler, who is his, if you do need anything in case of emergency, well, this is a goddamn emergency, please email Tyler, who has promptly deleted that email.
I
don't know you. Goodbye. See you later. And so now I am doing what I do best, which is running from my problems. Yep. And this is a problem that you cannot run from. By running,
you have a car, a whole car that a company wants.
And they are calling me.
Two whole cars that companies want.
Right. I have two cars that people want. Insurance is no longer willing to cover with an expired license. I'm breaking the law. I'm breaking my contract. I'm breaking two contracts. And all the while, I'm just racking up money because they're probably like, we have a credit card on file. You're stealing our car. And I'm just like going to keep driving until, I don't know, I run out of money, I guess. Because I don't know what else to do. So this is the ultimate problem that you just can't run from.
What up, KFC Radio? Everybody over there. It's been a while. It's your boy Mello, 30 Rows Up podcast. Here's the deal. I'm just sitting here watching the NCAA championship, UNC, Kansas, go UNC, and I'm just, eating my chips, having my salsa, chips and dip, right, fire. And I just had one of the top 5 painful experiences of my life, and it happens a lot. Biting your tongue or cheek has to be a top 5 pain that just everyday life we go through. And you don't bite your tongue every day, every week, every month, but when it happens, it's the worst fucking pain. So I wanted to hear your thoughts on
I
what
can't
the
believe
worst
he
pain
went with
that you
biting your
experience
lip
in
and your
day-to-day
cheek
life
is a terrible thing. Specifically your cheek, because then you bite your cheek the rest of the week because it swells up and then it's in the middle of your teeth. I thought with the setup, he was going with the ultimate pain, biting on a chip sideways.
Let's twist it up on you.
That actually, and take it a step further, I've had...
But that doesn't bother you for a week. That hurts for
Listen, I've had a chip get like in my gum, like in between the tooth and the gum by like biting down on it wrong.
Christ.
And that was like like when they put bamboo underneath your fingernails. That was like the most painful thing that's ever happened to me. I think you might be wrong with you might be right with the longevity of how long your cheek will be bitten and how long it'll hurt, but the in the moment instant pain, I think biting the chip wrong is worse.
It is
also because that can vary. Like you kind of bite down the same pressure every time because you like stop yourself. When you just go to bite and you might have the point of a Dorito, or you might, depending on what the chip is.
Yeah.
When it hits the roof of your mouth or your cheek or whatever, that is like getting stabbed.
What was the full question?
Like top 5 worst pains.
Worst pains.
I mean, the toe stub, the lip bite, the chip bite.
I think what it comes down to is what happens to you the most often. Mine is absolutely sleeping funny. So like waking up with a sore neck or something like that is because that
also ruins your whole day.
It's everything you do. Someone calls your name, you're doing a show.
Your head feels like it's
100
pounds.
It is
like when you get home for the day and you can, what I do, and I hang my head over something like this, and I just like take all the weight off of it. It's like, I mean,
I've never done that. It's pretty smart.
It's so good, dude. It is so good. Feel your neck like.
Because it's that your mouth is the same thing because you like a mouth injury and a spinal injury are two of because they affect every single thing you do. They are by far 1 and 2. If you've ever like you stub your toe, that hurts. Like I don't know, it sucks. Actually, I think stubbing your toe doesn't hurt because it's one of the injuries that has an absolute immediate remedy. Now everything else lingers for a while. You go, fuck! You're fine. You're fine right away.
I don't know what it is. It's a cliche, but it really is true. I think something happens when you become a father. It's primarily that there's shit all over the floor because of your kids, but it's like they seek out my feet. Like I've been stepping on a plug. There's a toy that has a cord, and it's unplugged right now, and I stepped on it, and it killed me, and I kicked it out of the way, and then the new spot I kicked it to, I ended up walking through there and stepped on it again, and I was ready to throw it out the fucking window. It's just like you will step and stub everything once you're a dad. That to me, I hate that feeling, that split second in between where your brain hasn't registered that it hurts yet, and it's just like, it's coming, and then it hits you like a fucking wave. The mouth, though, have you ever had Cinnamon Toast Crunch drunk? You ever have a bowl of cereal with sharp cereal? You wake up in the morning.
Oh, Captain Crunch.
Will. You wake up with a mouthful of blood.
Ruin you.
It's like, I thought you have a bowl of milk and blood.
You're more fine after a below bang than a fucking bowl of Captain Crunch.
Absolutely, 100%. I'd rather have 10 to 15 dicks in my mouth than eat a bowl of Captain Crunch.
But I love it.
Yeah,
but it's just
you got to let that sit for 15 minutes before you can take your first bite. I'm sure there's worse pains, but as far as the everyday pains, I would say this. So I think the in no particular order because I don't really know. Stubbing the toe, biting the lip, or the chip, the mouth thing, sore neck, cut your fingernail too low.
Oh yeah,
And a
I
bad
told you I
hangnail.
used that as an excuse when I was a kid why I couldn't do homework.
Yeah.
And the teacher was like, "You're right."
Yeah, that's brutal. And last one, it's something that doesn't happen as an adult anymore. But I feel like there was a period of time where I got the wind knocked out of me every day.
Oh, that's
as
one.
a kid. Yeah,
that's one.
And it eventually just stops because you don't put yourself in a position where you're falling out of a tree, jumping off of a roof anymore.
Bro,
but when you land,
when you think like that as a child,
and you can't breathe, you think you're gonna die. You think you're gonna die.
How many times that's why I find it odd that adults can't deal with death. There are so many adults who can't deal with it because
we've all been on the brink.
I made my peace with death when I was 6.
Yeah,
this
is what it feels
I made my
like.
peace with death regularly from ages 6 to 18.
All the time. This is the one. I'm gonna die.
This is it. All right, my family. I've seen my life flash before my eyes.
Yep.
I've seen my family's reactions. I am comfortable with death because of how often I got the wind knocked out of me.
That feeling of just you hear your bones and it's kind of like a blue ball hitting the wall. It makes a rubber sound, but also and then it hurts, but you also can't breathe.
Crawling, no one can help you. You're looking around for help, but no one can help you. I've died. I'm like a fucking cat. I'm like a fucking sphinx or whatever the Egyptian gods were.
Yeah,
I have come back to life countless times because of how ready I was
I've seen
to
the
die
light.
as a child.
Seen the light, brother. I've been to the other side and I came back. All right, hit us with your top 5 most painful things. It's interview time. We got Josh Adam Meyer on the podcast, one of our funniest interviews in a long time. It's brought to you by Schick. Feidelberg. Show him, pop the top one more time. Show the people. Look at that. Look how smooth that belly is.
Sensitive.
Look at that smooth
Don't
belly.
make me, I'm sensitive.
You were sensitive, and that's why we use Schick, because we use this right here, which is the dual, actually quad trimmer, because you can use this.
Yeah, use that.
You trim it up, then you hit it with the 4-blade. Then you can use this here to edge up anything you want. All the while you have the sensitive skin, like hydro strip there. They have sensitive skin. They have dry skin. They have the hydro skin. They have the 4-in-1. They have the stubble trimmer. For it pulls all the stubble up so that you get a clean shave on it. Shave technology has improved so much since we last did it. That's what's crazy. Last time I really shaved was 10 years ago. Now I know that if I need a clean shave, I only go to Schick. And on top of all that, they have the bamboo handle if you want a nice weight to it with an environmentally safe choice. You can try any of those Schick products, whether you're shaving your face, shaving your body. Either way, the best razors out there, the best blades out there, all belong to Schick. Thank you guys so much at Schick for sponsoring the podcast and sponsoring the Blade Bet. It was really one of our best pieces of content in a while, and we got so many subscribers out of it. So if you're down with KFC Radio, hook up Schick and be loyal to them as well, because they are a huge part of KFC Radio now. So make sure that you do them right, and make sure you shave with Schick. You get a 20% discount on any men's item when you go to Schick.com and use promo code Barstool. They're one of the biggest companies in the world that are getting down with Barstool and KFC Radio. That's a huge, huge thing for us when it happens. So please, let's make it count and make sure you use that promo code. It's Barstool when you go to Schick.com for 20% off any men's individual item. It's Josh Adam Meyers on the podcast. Let's talk to him.
You.
This is my favorite podcast I've ever done. I mean this sincerely,
sometimes people say, my friend has never heard the show. What's the one episode they should listen to start off? I'm going to start saying this one. Mark this down.
It's so much
This is
fun,
the best
dude.
one to do. All right, thanks for watching this episode of KFC Radio. If you like watching it on YouTube, imagine watching it live on stage with us in person. Right now, the KFC Radio live tour is coming to a city near you. We have tickets on sale in Nashville, in Philly, and in Chicago. You can click here or click in the link below and get tickets. Come with your friends. Come alone. We hang out. We have a blast. We get shit-faced, and you can meet us, two handsome guys. One handsome guy and an okay guy. You be the judge of who that is. It's me. The handsome one. He's the okay one.
Comment below.